Hey guys, how the frig's it going today? I forgot my dart. Fuck. How's it going today? Came up here to grab the camera. I didn't bring a dart up here. I just came upstairs to grab the camera. So, it is currently 7-something p.m. and I just got home from work. I now have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and most of Thursday off. I don't go in until Thursday at 11 p.m. Fucking right on. So yesterday I'm sitting at work and I'm working with my colleague. And we get talking about shit. Yeah, yesterday, coworker and I were talking. It wasn't that busy of a day yesterday. It was not too bad. It was just long. And we got talking about stuff, and he's like, "So you do streaming on YouTube, eh?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I do." And he's like, "Yeah, I heard one of the other guys talking about it, asking me if I ever stream this game or ever stream this game or so on and so forth." And he's like, I don't know. So he asked me about Twitch. He's like, "Have you ever done anything on YouTube?" And I said, "Well, I am doing stuff on YouTube. I've been doing YouTube now for about 8 years. He's like, "What kind of stuff do you do?" I said, "Well, mainly now it's been video blogging, basically filming my life and all that." So he's like, "What's the channel?" I gave him the channel. I didn't give a fuck. I don't care if they have it. I never really talk ill of the place, so I just never mention the place because I don't want you guys knowing where I work. Not because of all of you, just because some of you would probably cause trouble there like you tried to cause it on Terra, because you're fuckwits. But not all of you. And he was watching my videos and laughing a bit here and there. And then he asked me, he's like, "I'm surprised you don't own a drone." I said, "Oh, I'd love to get one, but it's not in the budget." He's like, "Oh, well, I might be able to help." So me being Captain Curious, I asked him, "How could you help?" So he pulls out his phablet and shows me his hobby room. I thought Cat Piss had RC equipment. Like, I thought he had a lot of RC shit with the boats and all that. Well, this guy has about fucking 40 different RCs just sitting there on a shelf. Like, trucks and cars and boats and drones and planes and choppers, and even has a remote control fucking Skidoo. I didn't even know they made those. And his remote control Skidoo, get this, it runs on friggin' nitro fuel. That's pretty cool, right? So I'm like, wow. I said, "But I don't understand what you mean by you can probably help out with my drone situation. Like, I've wanted one." I told him, I said I was going to buy the DJI 3 at Christmas because it was on sale. And he's like, "Well, let me see what I can do for you." So I figured maybe he knew somebody in the biz, cut me a deal, or he knew somebody selling one who was selling for a good price. He comes in today. I got there early. Last night I went to bed at a good hour. I was in bed by 11, and I was up by 5:30-ish. No, 5:30 I got up, had a coffee, went in a little earlier so I can get myself a Hortons and a breakfast sandwich. Sitting at my desk, and he walks in and throws this on my desk. I'm like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "Go ahead, open it. It's for you." I'm like, "What is this, a laptop?" Like, it looks like a laptop, right? Doesn't that look like a little personal computer case? So I open it up and check out what's inside. I'm getting sweat all over the finish, but look at this. It's a fucking drone, 2 batteries, and a charger. He tells me he doesn't like this one. He got this one sent to him from a review place out in China. And he says it works good, but he doesn't like it because it doesn't have a remote control. You fly it with a cell phone, and it connects over Wi-Fi. And I was like, "Oh, cool." So I pick it up, and I'm like looking at it, and I'm like, "Well, that's kind of neat." I'm so, "Oh, it's got like SD card slot." I said, "Do you want your card back?" He goes, "No." He goes, "That came with it. Take it." That there is to take the video off of the SD card slot, because this Mosakra has a fucking camera in the front that'll do 1080p at 60 frames per second. That's right. These IRs, that there's obstruction defense or something like that, obstruction avoidance. It'll detect a wall or whatever, and I think it has them on the bottom. No, it doesn't. I thought it did. I know the DJIs do. Oh, there it is, right there. Or is that another camera? I don't know. That could be another camera. But he doesn't have the manual for it, but I was able to download a PDF off of the Rova website, and I read up on it. It's not too bad. I flew it for a little bit in the office. And by a little bit, I mean I had it in the air for about 10 seconds and I planted it because holy shit, does she ever want to take off. But I'm going to fire it up, and the next clip will be me flying this thing. Okay, I'll admit that was some pretty bad flying, but in my defense, it's fucking windy out because we got a storm rolling in. We weren't supposed to have a storm rolling in, but shit clouds are coming in, boys. It's supposed to be nice tomorrow, though, so that's good. It's supposed to be actually nice for the next couple days, according to, let me just check Google Weather here. Google Weather is calling for, there we have it. It's not supposed to storm tonight, but you never know. Let's look at the 10-day forecast. So tomorrow's going to be cloudy, partly cloudy, partly cloudy, partly cloudy. Thursday, thunderbangers. Doesn't matter, I got to go back to work. Who cares? And then Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday. I'm cooking myself some ribs for supper tonight. Bought a little rack of them here at the grocery store. Not really that hungry. I had kind of a big lunch. But, yeah. Now, I can understand why my colleague is not a fan of this drone, because it is a little rough to fly with the phone, I will admit. Because with a joystick, at least you get the haptic feedback of when you're pushing on it, right? This here, you're just dragging your fingers across the screen and looking through the camera, and it's really hard to fly it outside because the wind takes it away. It's like really easy. So on a calmer day, I'll probably figure around with it out here. There's no way I could use it to do like a film where I have it suspended in the air super high up while I'm mowing the lawn and get an aerial view, because it doesn't have GPS on board, so it doesn't know how to hold its location. Like, I don't know how much these Rovas go for. I would say maybe it's $150, $200 drone from China. Like, it's built good. I crashed it a couple good times. You guys saw that, so that's awesome. But I find it's just not as, like, it's rough to fly outdoors, where, like, the DJI Phantoms, they got that GPS shit built in and all that. Like, if I find I'm using it a lot, this Boxing Day, if they have the DJI Phantoms on sale again, I'll probably end up scooping one up, because I'll probably end up using a lot more for videoing and doing some different angles and some fun things. You never know. But yeah, it's windy as fuck out. Chances are tomorrow I'll play out in the backyard with it a bit more and have some fun with it, because that's what I really want to do. And I also want to do some more work and other things, and I don't even want to talk about what I'm going to do tomorrow, because then if I don't do it, you guys will bitch me out, because that's what you do. So I figure, fuck it, I'll just do whatever I want tomorrow and make a video about it. But I'll show you the software real quick, because it's kind of neat. I'll just show you the flight tips because I'm not connected to it. So this here is essentially the screen you get. So you pick what your video mode is, your recording time, tells you the battery life of the drone, your settings, well, tells you right there. Flash, it's got a flashlight in the front, so if you're flying at night, you can illuminate the area and get a really cool effect going. Selfie mode, or drone mode. Selfie mode, it'll actually go up 6 feet and hold its position there so that it can take a selfie. Pretty weird. Obstacle avoidance mode, what that is it basically avoids obstacles using the sensors. There's your takeoff and landing. It took me a while in the beginning to figure out how to make it take off. I forgot you got to press and hold it for a bit, and then she'll fire up and take off. There's 2 control modes. You got motion control and joystick. Motion control, you hold the phone like this, and you get a thumbstick up here to go forward, back, side to side, and then to raise it, you go like this. To lower it, you go like this, and that's basically how you control it. Fucking mosquitoes are already out, son of a bitch. And basically here you got your different photography modes. You go camera, photography, or 360-degree video, which I'm not sure exactly what that does. I think it just spins the thing in one space. I don't know. And then yeah, you got this is the thumbsticks you get to play with. And to calibrate, basically what you do is you just pull the friggin' joysticks right down to the bottom corner, and it'll calibrate the center Yeah, it'll calibrate the no fucking mosquitoes. I'm under attack, boys. They know I got both hands busy and they're fucking biting me. But yeah, there you go. That's basically the control setup. Pretty weird, right? So now my big concern is, can I get the videos off that drone? Like, I don't know. I might have just said the next scene is going to be the drone and there's nothing there and it's me talking again because I was unable to pull the video off the drone. We'll see how that plays out. But, yeah, it has a 16 gig class 10 card in it that he said came with it and he didn't really care about it, so fuck right on. Apparently the pictures, if you take photos with it, it'll download the photos to your photo roll on your phone, or your gallery on your phone, depending on what you're using, iPhone or Android. And then you can share them over Instagram and stuff. That's pretty fucking cool. I don't know, I like the whole concept of drones. I should have bought the one at Christmas time, but they'll be on sale again. Look at every year they have DSLRs. Every year is the same damn thing that goes on sale at Boxing Day. DSLR, laptops, but they're shitty laptops, tablets, and now it's the Phantoms, the DJI Phantoms, and it's always last year's model. Goes up for like 500 bucks. So if I see it go up this year, I might scoop one up because I could see myself using that for doing different videos and getting different angles and stuff. Maybe making some B-roll footage with it, who knows. Maybe I might want to become more pro with my video editing. We'll see, we'll see. I can use this one for B-roll. Like, I flew around for a bit there, and the battery was still reading full on the thing, and it says on the PDF that it's only good for 8 minutes of flight, and I flew for a little while, crashed it a bunch, but I'm blaming that on the wind and lack of experience. I'll figure it out. But if you noticed in the end, I had a little bit better control until the wind carried it over to the raspberry bushes. That's because I listened to the directions that he gave me. He said, listen, he goes, don't try and fly it like an RC helicopter. Don't keep your fingers on the pads. He goes, tap it like a keyboard. Tap, tap, tap. You want to move it forward, tap and hold the forward button. Release it when you get it where you want it. He goes, don't try and do fluid motion with it. You can't. He goes, at least not in the beginning. He goes, once you learn how to fly it and you get a little more comfortable with it, you'll be able to whip around and fly pretty good. But for now, he goes, you won't be a pro with it. He's like, it's got a steep flight learning curve. He's like, he asked me if I ever flew a DJI Phantom 3 or 4, and I told him no. He's like, well, have you ever flown a helicopter? I said, those cheap ones you buy at the Mike Smart. Like, you guys seen those. The drone I bought flew around the house, and the helicopter that the ex bought me that one Christmas, and I flew it around the house. And then, because you can't fly those outside because they're infrared. So, that's about it. And he said, well, he goes, if you flew one of the cheap ones at the store, then chances are you probably will do the same with this. So, that's good to know. I'm good thing I cut my lawn too, because fuck, that thing landing in the grass would have mowed the lawn for me in certain spots, because those blades are spinning at a pretty high velocity. And yeah, I don't know. It could be something I can get behind and use it for B-roll and videos, like do like drive-bys and flybys and, you know, B-roll footage. B-roll footage is always good to have. It brings more to the game. It brings more to the production value of your videos. But have you guys ever noticed anybody out there who produces YouTube videos? This is what's fucked. Rex and I talked about this. Struckus and I talked about this. And it's true. You can spend a week writing and producing and making a great video, getting B-roll, putting it all in there, and the video does you know, you get your average view count on it. Then you take out your iPhone and you film a shaky fucking video of something stupid, and for some reason that video gets amazing views. And it's true. It's like, people ask, how do you become famous on YouTube? How do you make good videos? The answer is, nobody knows. You just fucking do it, and you hope your fans enjoy watching it. That's the end of the story. That's pretty much it. There is no magic recipe to becoming famous on YouTube. There is no magic recipe to making the ultimate video, because there is no ultimate video. It's literally, let's produce. Is my ribs farting? I think my ribs are farting. Cool. But yeah, so we got talking about that last night, me and Struckus. And Rex and I have talked about it multiple times. Speaking of which, Struckus wants to borrow my OBD2 reader to diagnose his car. There it is. Okay, I'll just leave that there and make sure I know where it is. Because he's got a code reader, but he's trying to get the voltage off of airflow sensor. I don't know. I don't know if that thing's going to do it, but he's going to give her a rip and see what happens. Like he has an OBD2 reader. I got fucking destroyed by mosquitoes tonight while barbecuing these ribs, so they better be fantastic. But no, like, it's kind of ridiculous how you can put your heart and soul into a video and it does mediocre, but then you can just pick up your cell phone and shoot some fucking shaky the camera guy, completely out of frame, shitty video, and it goes viral for some fucked up reason. It's dicked. Anywho, the ribs are done. I'm going in to eat. Well, I ate my ribs. They're fantastic. But I'm shutting this video down here. I understand I only had one clip in there. I actually had 5 clips, but most of them, well, they're actually pretty disturbing. The one that I had was just the drone sitting on the ground. You can totally see an Oreo turd in the fucking view. So that's lovely. It's like a decomposed Oreo turd. The next one was, yeah, me fucking around with the drone. The one after that is the one that I played in the, where I showed it flying. And the last clip where I crashed in the raspberry bushes, apparently when I hit stop record, I actually hit record. I forgot to start the recording. So I gotta pay attention to that. Keep in mind, this is the first time I've actually flown the drone for longer than 10 seconds. So I had to figure it out. But all in all, I'll try and do some more clips tomorrow. We'll fuck around with it a bit. We'll get some work done around the house and some other stuff. Like I said, I got the next 3.5 days off, so let's have some good fucking times. Why not? But I'm shutting her down here, people, so thanks for watching. Like, favorite, and comment. Don't forget to subscribe, and until next time, keep on vlogging.